Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we met Thancred and UL'DAH, and then we were told we need to go deliver some pumpkins and slay some shrews. Not the same quest, but hey, there's some shrew hills here. Let's deal with the shrews. Hey, fish squeal appears in the air! Oh no! Level 5 though. Fine, we're fine. So yeah, I wonder if they'd notice if I slipped one under my tunic. Probably I were to, take it, I guess. Alright, one more. And no, I may have to adjust the sound a little bit. I have to adjust it while I'm, playing on my regular character sometimes, so it kind of goes all over the place. So, you know, yeah. Thank you, friend. You truly are the champion of earthworms. Now we can look forward to a plentiful harvest of pumpkins. I wonder which ones will grace the Sultana's plate. I don't know, but we get 13 wind shards. Here's another quest for us. Listen to your fish. Can point you in the direction of work. Sweet. I'll adventure is a sorry sight. I have no need of assistance at the moment. Perhaps someone at the coffer and coffin wants for a helping hand. Well, UL'DAH, the resident chef. Let me just try that sentence again. UL'DAH, the resident chef, comes to mind. The man is obsessed with inventing new dishes, and I hear his current fascination is fish. If you were to donate some for his cause, I'm sure he'd be grateful. Now, I'm a simple farmer and don't know much about fish, but I do know what I like, and I like Orobon. You won't find a more succulent fish in these parts, I tell you. If you have a mind to give some fish to UL'DAH, I can wholeheartedly recommend fatty Orobon. 4 slices or so should be enough for him to experiment with. Okay. We shall go take care of some Orobon. So these are going to be found in water, obviously. Fish, etc. So there is, luckily, some water right up here. And there is our target. Hello, Orobons. Hello, rocks that I got stuck in. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright, oh, we need to kill 4 of these. How convenient for our hunting log. Well then. Isn't it so nice to just kind of nudge us right in the directions we need? Yeah, I'd say it is. Or we're just getting lucky. I mean, did have an incident with the cactars and doing the hunting log, and then finding out we need to kill some, so, you know. Alright. So that is that. And hello, good Galio. Let us go ahead and head for our quest destination. People go on by. I think they're all up there. Alright. Yeah. Let's just head into the coffer and coffin, which is right here as we walk into the fate because it's up above us. I'm gonna deal with UL'DAH first. Fish, futile. There are no suitable species, but I shall not surrender. How about some Orobon, which is literally right over there, buddy. Orobon, of course, but wait. How did you find out how did you know of my Epicurean endeavor? Well, it matters not. The solution you suggest is sensational. Sauté with salt. A squirt of sun lemon, so simple, yet sublime. Fish is a costly commodity here in THANALAN. Were it not for your local largesse, I would have been forced to forego the fortune to have brought some hither. Thank you. Let's grab those potions. See what he has for us. UL'DAH needs an adventure to furnish him with some fresh shrew meat. Good, we get to deal with more shrews, folks. Ah, bugger, my stores of shrew meat are nearly naught. The meat is an indispensable ingredient for making smoked shrew loaves, which are famous for their fantastic flavor. Unfortunately, I am no fool. In preparation for this possibility, I have set 2 barrel traps outside our establishment. Alas, I am not accustomed to butchering a live beast. If you could do the deed in my stead and bring me the meat, I could continue to cook. Gee. So you'll notice down in our experience bar over here that there's now a blue section. That means that the rest experience that's accumulated is more than we need for our level. Drink for you, lassie. You won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than at me place. Here's a pumpkin. Was that wee Cicidora asked you to bring this to me? Ha! So even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden arse back home. But hell's an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the royal plantations. I can't wait to see what the cooks will do with her. The lads here scoffed down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for the help, lassie. So we're gonna get some food. And we're now level 10, which means we could unlock additional classes and so on. We also learn the roll action leg sweep, which is a stun. I'm gonna drop it right there. We can also go do our next class job quest. Prudence at this junction. Roger hears all sorts of information in his line of work, some of which may be useful to you. Okay. Word is Blackbrush Station solely undermanned. The stone torches there can't get a moment's peace. A bloke by the name of Warren is hoping to bolster their numbers for a short-term assignment or two. If you fancy putting a few extra gil in your pocket, you could do a lot worse. Alright, so now they're kind of just like booting us on along. I feel like this is an effect of how they have reworked this whole part of the story. It's kind of just like, okay, yeah, maybe you don't need to do like 5 story quests in this one little tavern. Maybe we can just move you along. Maybe. Alright, we've got some untamed shrews. Because we are Arya, the Shrew Slayer. Unfortunately, we cannot actually have that as a title. Because yes, you can have titles in this game. I just happen to have them all hidden because there is a high ability to have spoilers via the titles. So I do not put them on. Alright. Let's go deliver the shrew meat. And maybe Wobblebar will be done with us, and maybe he'll send us up to Blackbrush Station. Hello. Have you carved up the critters? Quickly, else my customers will complain. Here, jeez. This rich, robust redness. Shrew meat is lean yet lovely. I'll learn you. Slathered in my secret sauce and smoked, it is a symphony of savory sensations that will satisfy even the most critical connoisseur. It takes time to prepare it properly, though, so I fear we may be forced to deny our dedicated customers their desired dinner regardless. So I did all this work, and you're like, oh yeah, you probably won't even do it. I know, he's not even gonna send me along, he's just gonna be like, nope, we're done. Bye. And I'm like, okay, I guess I will just head up to Blackbrush Station, and you will notice there is a lovely aether right there, because yes, we are finally getting another aetherite. I'm probably going to set my... do I want to set my home point? So, this is a sanctuary, so in other words, you can gain rest experience if you are within the boundaries of this area. And we have learned teleport, because we got our second aetherite. So let's actually talk to this Choboki. Well met, traveler. Do not tell me this is your first visit to the stop. I shall update my register with your name so you may access this location in the future. So this will allow us to now travel via Chocobo here, also because we're level 10. So before I go ahead and do the main story quest here, I'm actually going to go back to UL'DAH and pick up the level 10 Pugilist quest. So I guess technically we still can't actually pick up the extra any other roles just because of the whole fact that we haven't actually done level 10 quest, and that was the other requirement for it. So, but I don't know how many I'm gonna fully unlock. I'm still figuring that out, but there's time to decide that. There's a lot of time to decide that. So, at any rate, let's just go ahead and head on in and grab our quest. Hello. Guildmaster Hammond wishes you to build upon your knowledge of combinations. Ah, there you are, Arya. I see you've been training hard as ever. Aye, your eyes are starting to have the sharpness of a predator about them. Last time you learned the basics of combinations. Today, I would have you build on that knowledge. I set up 5 wooden dummies outside the guild along the merchant strip. By way of warm-up, I want you to deal each a solid boot-shine combo. Oh, and don't mind the town folks who have gathered to watch. Gee. Be that way. So that is up there. Yep. Right here. Okay. So there's one. Oh, and yep. Look at these townsfolk watching. Right. Oh, there's 5. There's 3 over here. The other one just hasn't loaded in yet because I guess there's a lot of people around here. Or just character models or something. There we go. Alright, let's go back. Now that we've beat up some striking dummies in the middle of town. As one normally does. Hello, I'm back. I did the request. So the wooden dummies have felt your wrath. Good. Now we can move on to your lesson. When you first came to us and taught you that combinations make a pugilist, what you need to know next is that not any hodgepodge of strikes makes a combination. There's an order to things, a natural flow from one technique to another. We've already actually gone over this. Today, I would have you practice one of the most elementary combinations in a pugilist arsenal. It goes like this. Lead with a swift boot-shine combo. Keep your foe off balance with a true strike. Then bring it home with a blistering snap punch. If you pull this off, you'll attain a heightened sense of awareness called grease lightning. We've literally been over this, folks. In this state, we pugilists can unleash more combinations more swiftly. Now, you'll need some opponents to practice on. The Kakiran and infest the rat's nest in central THANALAN ought to serve. Hit them with snap punch 3 times, and we'll call it a lesson well learned. So, we need to use a very specific skill on these. Yeah, I'll use one of my Aetheroid tickets. Why not? So, oftentimes when it comes down to stuff like your class or job quests, you will be sometimes asked to do specific actions on targets. Also, yes, you can just click on an Aetheroid on the map and work to it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go over and do this. Head on over here. And there is our target. Watch, these are gonna be needed to defeat anyway. So thankfully we do not kill them in like 2 hits, so we can't actually do this. And we were able to land 2 on 1, and you will notice that these are coming to kind of beat up my face because, well, these are called aggro enemies. Let me go ahead and use the second win there. So you'll notice this little triangle icon next to their name. That does mean they will aggro you in some form. In particular, these ones do aggro on sight. Alright. So that finishes that quest. Let's go ahead and go back to UL'DAH. Use another Aetheroid ticket. Why not? Save our 3,100 gil. But, oh gosh, there was another thing on my brain that I was wanting to say. But yeah, so aggro enemies, they, yeah, I have completely gone blank, folks. Oh no. Yeah, anyways, they weren't needed for hunting log anywhere. So, let's go ahead and just turn in this quest, and maybe I'll eventually think of what I was gonna say. Maybe. Questionable, but, you know. Alright. Hello. Oh my gosh. I'm back. I need some water. Eh? You've already experienced grease lightning? Crikey, Arya, you're a natural, just like I was. No, yeah, I experienced it about 3 levels ago, buddy. Not to brag, but I happen to be a veritable storm under grease lightning. I treat you to a demonstration here and now, except I'm liable to tear down the entire guild in the process. Master Hammond has a penchant for regaling us with tales of his exploits, but these never amount to a demonstration. His favorite is his victory over the fearsome marauder White Axe, who he felled with a combination so swift and seamless, they say you couldn't see his hands, or so the legend goes. Ha ha ha, that one never gets old. Oh, our dearest Master's humility aside, your progress is truly astounding, Arya. If I don't keep on my toes, you're likely to pass me in a matter of moons. As I try and adjust here. Oh my goodness. With my noisy chair. Just between you and me, Chuchudo's been in a slump of late. It all began when our closest friend and guildmate suddenly up and disappeared. Rirakuda's the lad's name, and he and Chuchudo joined the guild together. The 2 of them were born to refugees and were orphaned in the calamity. Not long after I was made guildmaster, I found them on the street, starved near the death. I did what any decent man would. I took them in and clothed them and fed them. When they were strong again, they said they wanted to become pugilists like me, and so I trained them as well. Since then, they've been best friends and rivals both, one helping to raise the other up. Would that we knew what's become of Rirakuda. But we're talking about you, Arya. You've proven yourself to a worthy member of our guild, training hard and learning fast. To recognize your efforts, I grant you leave to join other guilds. Of course, before you can take up another discipline, you need to receive permission from the relevant guildmaster. If combat you call, you might like to seek out the gladiators or thaumaturges, but if you prefer an alternative to cracking skulls, UL'DAH is also famous for its weavers, goldsmiths, alchemists, and miners. As your guildmaster, though, it pleased me most if you placed our art above others, but whatever you choose to do, know that I wish you the best. So it's official, we can join and get other roles. We now have access to the armory system. Quest to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist at the corresponding guild. There exist myriad disciplines in the Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. So, there's a lot of reasons that they say that. I'll get more into them as we go along. But the main thing is you actually get an experience bonus if you have a higher level job. And depending on the level of that higher level job, you get more of an experience bonus to just kind of help you level up faster. And basically they're trying to discourage just constantly swapping between classes. Anyways, I'm gonna take this leather jacket, I think. Wish I could just take it all, but, you know. I'm already almost level 11. Oh my goodness. That gave 6,800 experience. So, with the armor unlocked, that means we can now set gear sets. So, I could say create a new gear set of this. Pugilist level 6. And if I were to say equip some better gear, I'm actually gonna replace that helmet now. So, I believe... At 1 level 10. Okay, so for like 1,000 more experience, it would give a bit more experience. So if I hit update gear set, it'll say that it is re-registered now. So gear sets are basically your bread and butter of changing between jobs. But, you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to Blackbrush Station and continue on the main story, because we actually don't have any other real quests besides unlocking more classes to go do. So, Whew. Alright. Hello, Warren. Almost looked like Worth because that person next to him's T was like melding into the name. Looking for work, perchance? If so, you cannot come at a better time. We Stone Torches are sellswords hired by Amagina and Sons mineral concern to protect its interests. My primary duty here is to keep the tracks clear of pests, and it is for this purpose that we require your aid. I should point out, however, that it can be messy at work and liable to get messier if you are ill prepared. A single piece of gear can mean the difference between life and death. I'll not have it on my conscience that I send an ill-equipped adventurer to an untimely demise. See to it that your arms and armor are in order. When you're ready, present yourself to me again. So, they're now wanting us to make sure we have head, body, hands, legs, and feet gear with item level 5 or higher. So, if you look at gear, you'll see that like pieces do have this thing called an item level on it. And they're just trying to make sure that what the game's trying to do is introduce you to the concept of item level. Now, eventually, item level is just going to go completely bonkers compared to your current level. Starting around level 50, actually. As of the time of recording, like, the max is, like, oh gosh, 505 or something like that. So, yeah, with the max level being 80. So, you know, it gets a little bonkers. But at any rate, I'm gonna check something here. Let's talk to Warren again. So, are you ready for inspection? Yep. Good. Everything appears in order. I still don't have a belt, but can't require a belt, so... Yet know that naught is guaranteed in this world. Fate is a fickle mistress, after all. At any rate, capable adventurers like you are few and far between, and I would not have you throw your life away. I have had to bury too many comrades who brush aside cracks in their hauberks and dents in their helms. No matter what you face, do not disregard the importance of your gear. So I think in a way they're trying to teach you about the importance of making sure you upkeep the durability of your gear. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the bronze piece. And we're now level 11! Shocking! And we have a quest available. Yay! Let's talk to Warren. Really? Well, I guess we are doing a level 9 quest. I mean, it's not that far below us. Warren has work for an adventurer willing to exterminate the goblins attacking ore wagons. Let's get to it then, shall we? Ore wagons pass through the station every day, but not without incident. Wagons coming and going from the dispatch yard to the south must pass through a tunnel by Fesca's watch, a tunnel in which some genius saw fit to put an ore storehouse, creating ideal conditions for a goblin nest. So now the ore-loving beasts have taken presence in the tunnel we dug, and we're practically delivering meals to their doorstep. But no more. Inside the tunnel in question, you will find a narrow fissure where the goblins hide. Use the silver ore cluster to lure out the creatures, then slay them. So let's talk to UL'DAH. Okay. Bloody and bowed. UL'DAH is concerned for the welfare of a fellow sentry. Hey, speaking of a bell, this quest gives us a bell. Awesome. See that bloke over there? Name's Osbert, and he's hurt bad. Now, it ain't exactly my job to mind his business. I'm a torch, he's a blade. But at the end of the day, we're both people, you know what I'm saying? Any road, I went over to him just earlier asking what's wrong, but refuses to tell me, the stubborn bugger. Seems his pride's more important to him than his life. What is it with men and acting tough? Seriously, I mean... Wait, majority of my audience is men. Hey guys! I tell myself I've tried, and if the fella ends up kicking the bucket, I don't want that on my conscience. I know this is sudden, but could you try and talk him into drinking a high potion? I'd sleep a deal better for it. I ain't got one on me, but one of them fellas over yonder sells them. So, you actually have to buy a high potion for this one, but luckily there is a merchant right here, so let's go ahead and buy items, and you'll see that they have a high potion for sale. So let us go ahead and spend some gil on this, and we now have a high potion to offer Osbert. Alright. Breathe, Osbert, old boy. Just breathe. Pain is just weakness leaving the... God damn it, my head! If only I'd saved a high potion, I think this might be the end. There you go. Well, I don't really need this, but if you insist. You have my thanks, adventurer. I was resigned to suffering in silence, for I, Osbert, the undying veteran of countless battles, could not afford to show weakness to my colleagues and our allies. They took me for inspiration, you see. They looked to me. They looked to me. To think that I was almost brought low by a gentle blow to the head. Ha ha ha. I was only incapacitated for a few moments, I think. To repay you for your discretion in this delicate manner, I shall share with you my warrior's wisdom. If you must practice your juggling, use heavy stones at your own peril. I actually have nothing to say to that. I guess if you want to make up your gil, this gives 3 bronze pieces, which gives you 300, but I actually really, really want this belt, so we do not have a belt. So let's go ahead and equip that, and yay, we now have a piece in every single slot that we can have a piece in, because this is your offhand. It's only really used by crafters and gladiators / paladins. Anyways, we need to go down and deal with this goblin problem. Oh my gosh, guys, we're actually progressing some story, because there's not like 50 side quests available right now. I mean, there is, because I could unlock all the different classes, but I'm not. For now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. At any rate, we've got a narrow fissure here to use this silver ore cluster on, because yeah, we need to draw them out, and they like ore. So, we've got a silver goblin. I guess silver goblins like silver ore. And it goes down. Nice and simple, but there's 2 more! To be fair, it does also say goblins. It's like in that one we did with Thancred. It's like, it had the plural on it, so like, clearly there's gonna be more, right? Alright. That taken care of. Let's go back and report. I am not gonna spend an Aetheryte ticket. It's literally right there. Now, there are times where I would be lazy and just pour up there, but not when I only have 3,000 gil. And I'm, you know, trying to make these Aetheryte tickets last for a while. At least until I have more gil. But don't worry. Don't worry. I will be trying to at least do some stuff to make some gil. Well done! It shan't be easy work to keep the tunnel free of goblins, but our wagons should be able to go unmolested for a time. Disruptions to ore shipment threaten not only the interests of Imagina and Sundet Mineral Concern, but of UL'DAH herself. One might liken these train tracks to veins that bear our nation's lifeblood. If only we had more women like you to lend a hand. Alright, so none of this stuff is useful to us. Like, this weapon's worse and we're not a gladiator or a thaumaturge, so I'm just gonna take that. And another side quest has popped up, along with a thing from Zuzumeda. Way down in the hole, Zuzumeda wishes to share with you a most amazing rumor. Ah, the altruistic adventure. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Excuse me. Because the most fascinating piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Rumor has it there is a vast, untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of UL'DAH. But that is not all. Inconceivably, the concern appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. There was a hair on my arm. It was making me think there was a bug on my arm. And even as we speak, a young upstart, a self-made merchant from Stone's Throw of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Wiston, and he is very, very ambitious man. Young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plan is to use his new fortune to curry favor with the Sacrarium. Of course, the thaumaturges only consider the opinions of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of UL'DAH. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay a sultan's ransom. One voice which is invariably heard belongs to Lord Lolorito. He has long lavished skill upon the thaumaturges, and some claim that he devises new laws with the express intent of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice it to say, if Wiston thinks he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate, he's in for a rude awakening. But that eventually may yet be a little way off. For the present, he's moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey the site. I'm told he's at the Coffin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said you were looking for work. Mayhap you should meet Wiston and volunteer for his expedition? Okay, that sounds important. Also, generally, if you see a picture on the quest, it is actually important. So sometimes the old ways are best. Oh, hey, a new hat. So Zeta needs someone to procure hammerbeak ribs. Looking to help out around the station, are you? Well then, how about hunting some hammerbeaks? We just received an order from XIV's lapidaries for silver ingots. They needed to make ceremonial silverware, or so I'm told. However, we've been instructed to refine the ore by melting in a furnace lined with a layer of bone ash. Since we normally don't smelt silver this way, I've long neglected to restock our stores of hammerbeak ribs. Alas, there's no time to order more. If you would slay several of the fiends and take their bones to Berengair in my stead, I would be forever grateful. Alright, I can do that, because that's me. You're a brave adventurer who slays shrews and hammerbeaks. Got me. Let's not punch that turtle. Punch this hammerbeak, actually. There's some more over there, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go up here, leave that person over there who's also questing alone, but we need 8! Oh my gosh, that is a lot. We also don't need these for anything else. Like, say, a hunting rod. That would be convenient, to say the least. But, well, you know, not everything in life is convenient. Because a lot of things in life are inconvenient. Alright, that's 3. Get more up here, it looks like. Looking at the map. Oh. I'm looking at the map instead of my buttons, so my apologies. So, oh, looks like the one's back down there coming back up. Yeah, respawns on stuff is generally pretty fast. Generally, I think it's like, I think the respawn rate of enemies is like dependent on the number of people killing them, number of people in the area. There's a lot of different factors that kind of go into it. It's not usually some flat thing. I think. I might be completely wrong here. It's very possible I am. But so don't like 100% quote me on that. I just believe that sounds right. But yeah, see, they're like spawning pretty fast because there's only like a few people around doing this, and they don't want us to have to be digging all over the place for them. So let's go ahead and go back. And I guess while I'm thinking about it, because the other person doing this just reminded me of it. So enemies in this game are open combat. So if someone else is fighting something, you can also hit it and they will not lose experience. However, you won't get anything from it unless you do enough damage comparatively to the enemy. It's some weird thing, but it can help, say, if you're like getting completely destroyed and someone passes by and they like help you out, like you'll still get your stuff from the enemy. You won't be completely screwed out of it. It's not like 100% perfect in that way, and this is totally in that building. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I like going the long way, and I hate doors. That's all it is. I just hate doors. Hello. But yeah, so it can help sometimes if I see like a newer player when I'm on my main character and they're like having some issues with something, I'll hit it for them and help them out. I try not to, just because I do feel it kind of ruins the experience, but at the same time, if like if they look like they're struggling and having issues, I will jump in. I told her, what the hell is that incompetent little runt doing anyway? Rare as orders like this may be, we should always be keeping hammer beak ribs on hand. Hi, I have some ribs for you. Well, I'll be damned. Guess the girl found the way after all. Thanks for the help, adventurer. Don't quite understand it myself, but them fellows straight said to do it the old way, even though we could be using shards to refine silver faster and cheaper. Well, it ain't my guild, so that's how they want it. Just goes to show that the Thaumaturger's Guild has more money that knows what to do with. God, what they wouldn't do to have that kind of problem. I know, right? I'm gonna grab the tap because it's better, even though... Yeah. And, oh, I was about to say, and that's all the side quests. And then I look up, and there's another side quest. Like, literally from the same NPC that we just got that one from. In the court of the Rat King. Zazeda is desperately seeking someone to recover stolen coffers of gemstones. I believe we've already been up here. You there, help me. A mistress of Kakiran have stolen our cargo. The thieving rats love anything that sparkles, and they've made off with several coffers of precious gemstones. The overseer will flame me alive if he finds out. I beg you, help me get the gemstones back. The Kakiran floods their lair to the southwest. I'll follow the tracks, and you're bound to find them. Like I said, we've literally already been here, so I think we know where to go. Because what was it, from the coffin and coffer? We had or coffer and coffin. I am mixing it up in my head now. From the tavern, we already had to come up here for a quest. So I mean, we know where we're going. So this is the area with the enemies that will want to beat our face in if they see us. Case in point. However, I'm going to beat their faces in first. Because that's what I'm good at, and that's not what they're good at. They occasionally hit me for, like, 10 damage, and I hit them for, like, 30. Yeah. Also, I didn't equip that hack, did I? So they're trying to use a skill called Phase. If it hits, it does a stun effect. And there we go. Got a nice little helmet on. Where are our gemstones? I believe we don't actually need to go right through the main camp. We might be able to go around. And of course that guy sees me. There's some. There is a some. Come on, buddy. Did you have to be looking exactly that way? Alright, so here's one. Let's recover it. Keep going around the back so we're not having to fight for like 5 minutes to just get through here. Really? Okay. Okay. Got... It's conveniently there's another person over here doing this too. Grab this. And... see which one are they hitting. The left one, I will bop the right one then. So I could have just helped him. I could have just done it all at the same time, but... eh. I try not to do it too much. Anyways, that's all the stolen coffers, so let's return that back to Camp the Blackbrush. And... hopefully this is it. What was I saying about 50 side quests? It's trying to prove me wrong. How could it? It's really mean. Alright. Hello, I am back. Are you back? Please tell me you've retrieved the gemstones. Of course I have. What do you take me for? Bless you thrice over, adventurer. Thanks to you, my hide will remain intact. It's hard to believe that the Kakiran used to be honest merchants. Some of them even lived in UL'DAH. But then the beastmen were banished from the city and the Kakiran lost their livelihood. Some turned to thieving, and others petty crimes to survive. It's a sad tale, but sadder still that most of the citizens couldn't care less. So we can pick up some new pants. Awesome. Alright, and we have learned the role action bloodbath. This, as long as it's active, every hit we do will recover a little bit of HP. It's good if you get hit by something, and if you're like in a group, you don't want to like bother the healer. Though the healer will probably still end up healing you anyway, but just kind of helps you recover a little bit of HP over time. Especially if you're solo, it will help keep your HP up as you're fighting. Anyways, I am going to do this dang story quest because it's an important one, presumably. Alright, Wiston. Come to join? Sorry, but you're too late. Some brass blades looking for extra coin volunteer, then team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There are these children outside, little ones from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I have time to spare, so they've taken to following me around, even though I tell them not to. But what with overseeing the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment, much less entertain young ones. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? So now we're literally delivering cookies. Well, I mean, I like playing with Liston. He makes sure no one bullies us. Have a cookie. Liston's worried about us? Oh, I don't want to make him worried. I'm a good girl, so I'll go home. Good. Liston's kind to us. I like him. Have a cookie. Go home. This is for me. I want to eat it, but then again I don't because then it'd be gone. Tell Liston thanks and tell him I'm sorry for getting in the way. But Liston always plays with us. Why won't he come out and play? Have a cookie. Wow, a ginger cookie. I better save some for my brother. I know. I'll go home and eat it with him. Good thing there's nothing at Agar's on the way home. I mean, I ain't going nowhere, missus. I'm too hungry to move. Besides, you'll have to carry me. Have a cookie. A cookie? Well, if Wisdom really wants me to go home, then alright. But I want two next time. Jeez. Pushy. What the heck? Hello. Thank you, adventurer. I only wish I could do more. Stone's Throw was no place for a child. Not that my childhood was much happier. Never enough food to go around, nor work to earn it. But no shortage of contempt for the great and from the great and the good. I remember thinking things could only get better, yet now, after the calamity and everything else, and for us refugees to be forced to live outside the gates like bloody beastmen is a disgrace. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business. Then I'll give my fellow refugees the work they're crying out for and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long, but in their hubris they've grown complacent, presenting us with a golden opportunity. And we will take it, adventurer. We will reclaim our dignity and with it, our place within those walls. We found her! We found the vein! Listen, you must come and see. Already? Amazing! We leave at once. You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to history in the making. And we are now under a fate. So you'll notice it just mentioned a thing called level sync. We've already dealt with it a little bit with that one quest, with the quest with Thancred. However, fates do also have it. If you are 5 levels above, it will have you level sync. And since we're level 12 and it's a level 6 fate, it's asking us to level sync. So, we want to head down here and get some jumping off the cliff. There is fall damage. You just have to fall far enough to get it. Also, we need these. Not these. I did not mean to hit the cloud. Arr! We need the Spricken Grave Robbers for our hunting log. So let's go ahead and fight those. And I see we actually have to do an instance. Alright, we need 4. Should see how we're doing. I know we cannot finish it here in UL'DAH and the THANALAN. There's some stuff we need that is elsewhere. Alright. One more. Oh, hey, we have killed, I think it's 100 enemies for this one. And there is the thing, and it's not loading. Hi. Yes, 100 enemies. It gets really high eventually. It's like, I think 10,000 something, something, something. It's a level sync, level 13 level sync, so we're actually below that. So, let's go ahead and head on in. Balls, son! I'm being up war in the middle of a ruined bloody city? God's damn idiot! What did you think was gonna happen? That you'd strike it rich and get cozy with the order while the masters of UL'DAH looked on? No one crosses the syndicate. The syndicate? Huh, finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Now all your friends have deserted you. It seems a lucky boy. Now you won't have to die alone. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone of soul, that it may find wake till life. Who spouting that gibberish? Show yourself. This ain't part of the plan. Bloody hell, does Lord Lowe really mean to kill us too? So we have to defeat the clay golem. 3 damage, really? So, we also aren't doing much damage to it, so that's a thing. Like, what, 20, 30? You are strong, very strong enough to withstand this. Can we stun it? We can. So, yeah, you can use that to, like, interrupt the skill. You can also use it to potentially get behind an enemy. Do your positionals for a second while it's charging up that move. As you can see, that snap punch suddenly did a lot of damage. I need to get out of that one. I probably should have waited to stun it. Okay, well, thanks. Possible never has a goal and been so sorely tested. Thanks for letting me do my positionals? Question mark? That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Hey, bud. Damn, seems I've missed all the fun. I see you didn't need my help this time. Well, yeah, no. Oh, no. Suddenly a headache. Ugh. I would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do you justice. The songstress of UL'DAH herself cannot rival your beauty. Oh, stop it! I have oft heard it said that the blossom's beauty can move a man to love and long, but I never truly believed until I met you two desert roses. I hear they attacked another caravan. Aye, and business is suffering for it, bloody UL'DAH. What stirred them up, do you reckon? Another raid. No rage of that caravan was carrying crystals much like the last. If they truly mean to summon the primal, we must act quickly. Are you coming, love? You wouldn't keep a girl waiting, would you? Perish the thought. So tell me, where in this marvelous city might you lovely ladies be staying? This rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. So it'll be uncommonly bad harvest, to be sure. And we have you to thank for them, do we not? Aye, this weakening of the etheric flow must surely be linked to Dalaman's descent. Of course, to the primals. A fine mess, but we must not lose hope. Louis will know what to do. We need only trust in his judgment. Truly a marvel of Charlatan ingenuity. It's as if I could reach out and touch the aether. Time to focus. No more gallivanting about like before. The Scions are counting on you. Have faith. Just have faith. You can do this. The disturbance is recent. The Sultan tree? Maybe Papashan will know something of it. Looks like they gave you quite a thrashing. Can you walk? It's me. I was too late. Our person of interest had already quit the scene. The general? Very well. I shall be there anon. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with a means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it might not be simpler just to follow you around. Sadly, I have business elsewhere. Tread softly, my friend. Though carefully laid trap you dismantled was clearly sanctioned by Lord Lolorito. I heard the Blades mention him as they fled. Believe me when I tell you that he is not a man to be trifled with. The Sultana's enemies grow bolder by the day, and I suspect they have the support of outside forces. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, those bastards would surely have slaughtered us all. I'll speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. Find me at the coffer and coffin later. Until then, stay safe. I shall accompany Whiston and his men. They need protection, and I need more information. Ah, but where are my manners? I've yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of aether in THANALAN. It is an honor and a privilege to make your acquaintance. I hope when we next meet it is under more auspicious circumstances. Farewell. Wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fairly well. Alright. Let's head back to the coffer and coffin. So, well, that happened, I suppose. Yeah. Back we go. Nice and running. I am like out of things to say right now. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we seem to have gotten some flashbacks to what is known as 1.0, the original FF14. So bless you, my friend. You risked your life to save ours. Betrayed by my own guards. Gods, I was a fool to trust those men. Lolorito owns the goddamn brass blades. I should have questioned their motives from the start. Even so, I could hardly predicted that the wealthiest man in UL'DAH would want me dead for the heinous crime of seeking to change the law. I'm just a merchant, for God's sakes. That ruthless bastard. And what is that monstrosity? Those were his own men! It beggars belief. Well, that's it. I'm finished. If I stay in UL'DAH any longer, I'm as good as dead. My associates, my friends, gods, even the children may not be safe if I don't disappear. And you, goddamn, if UL'DAH learns of your involvement, you'll be next. I'll speak with the others, make sure your part in this stays a secret. Beyond that, I don't know what to suggest. Maybe you should seek the counsel of Mistress Momodi. She's helped countless adventures in her time. Mayhap she'll know what to do? Go quickly now, my friend. UL'DAH spies may be watching. Alright, we have to go back to Momodi. I will go ahead and do that once I double check for side quests. I do not see any, so let us return. Literally. Okay. I had to get a really good drink of water there. That was way too much talking. I have not been having enough water. Remember to stay hydrated. Very important, especially in the summer. Oh my gosh. Especially when it's super hot out. Alright, let's go ahead and head for the Adventurers Guild. Slightly faster, I believe, to do this. I take it back. I did not expect this loading. Here we go. Sometimes, you know, you just load for ages. Alright, Modi, what do you have to say to me? Settle down, Arya. You've got nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Wisdom, on the other hand, is now a pariah. About as welcome around here as a rabid wolf, poor bugger. Suffice to say, that boy risked the wrath of the wrong man. Lord Lorito, chairman of the East Aldenar Training Company and generous contributor to the Order of Nothal, and a member of the Syndicate. Didn't get where he is leaving loose ends, that one. Where he is by, there. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hells, even if those blades knew what was coming, it's not like they could have refused to do their benefactor's bidding. Don't let this color your view of UL'DAH, Arya. It's true that there are some here who ain't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want. But most of us are decent folk just trying to make ends meet. You know, a lot of people would call you a damn fool for risking your life to save a marked man. But I believe you did a good thing, Arya, and for that you have my respect. Listen, you've been through a lot lately. Why don't you rest a spell? All the boys at the Hourglass set you up with a room. My treat. Just have a word with Otopa whenever you feel like staying. Now we can stay in the inn. When you've got your appetite for adventure and back, consider taking on a guild leave or two. We have a lot of requests from locals looking to hire adventurers for various jobs. It'd be a good way for you to earn yourself some extra gil. Eustace can tell you more about how the system works, so go and speak with him if you're interested. Guild leaves are now available. Alright. Yay! Now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu and will also be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. Alright, so we can do that. Now we've also have the ability to unlock leaves. Hello. Eustace is responsible for assigning guild leaves at the quicksand. We will go ahead and deal with that next time. And also, taking what they're given. We can get some pants. Yay, new pants. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoyed it and would like to help there be more, help support the channel. Be sure to check out the links in the description, including my Patreon. There's some great ways to support it since the channel is ad-free. Also there you can find links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. I've got nothing witty to end this with this time. Man, what the heck? I'm gonna move my camera away from that.